Hello fellow orchid lovers, it's Danielle here with update, 3-week update on transferring Dendrobiums to water culture. So these are the two Dendrobiums that we transferred. We transferred the Farmeri together, and then the pendulum we added as a problem child, and it was relatively new as well. So let's update you with the good news first. The Farmeri is doing really, really good. Very thirsty plant, so I struggle to keep up with thirsty plants. I have a tendency to kind of not realize how many days have gone past since the last time I watered them. Technically my water and rinse day, so I'll completely saturate the root system and clean out the pebbles, is Saturday, and today is Thursday. So as you can see, the pebbles are fairly dirty with algae and the roots are pretty dry. But if you're ever concerned about the roots staying dry too long, you can certainly take them out midweek and rinse them. It doesn't seem to be affecting this orchid that much. I'm trying to get rid of that glare of light so you can see all of the new roots that are starting. So that's pretty exciting. I also noticed that some of the older roots are branching. So those older roots that the plant had when I got it, it's starting to put out some growing tips. So that's good too. So the Farmeri is doing really well. And, you know, I have to go in and top up the water 2 or 3 times a week because she does drink it fairly quickly. And she is very close to the light too, so there's a fair amount of evaporation that happens. But the roots are growing good. All of her structures are nice and firm. You know, her leaves where they're touching the window are getting a little yellowed, but for the most part, she's doing really well. I'm very pleased with her progress. So we will keep updating you on her. Now the pendulum, if you'll remember, this is the one that I got in terrible shape. The new growth was rotting at the top. The other new growth was rotting at the top. This is how I got this plant. The root system was horrific. As you can see, she's not doing well. And it's not because of our transfer, it's because unbeknownst to me, and one of the reasons why I think she had rot was because she was badly infested with spider mites. And I didn't realize that. So I took her out of the room because I just didn't like the way she looked. And I had her in another room, and I noticed, this is much worse because I treated her. And whenever you treat the orchid, the wounds get, you know, really noticeable. But I just noticed that she looked a little blotchy, her leaves looked a little blotchy, and I was concerned. So I took her out of the room, and then a couple of days later, I was like, you know what, let me just investigate this a little further. So I brought her into really strong light, and sure enough, son of a gun, there they were on the undersides of her leaves. So I gave her a treatment. The way that I have found works is I mix water, rubbing alcohol, and dish soap. I don't really have a ratio. I really should come up with one, but I just kind of mix them all together. And then I get it really nice and frothy, and I literally just put the entire orchid in it. Whole plant. In that solution. I don't rinse it, I don't spray it, I just dunk the whole thing and I leave it there for hours. And, you know, it definitely kills off whatever is an adult. As far as eggs are concerned, you know, there's a possibility that some are left behind, you know, in these sheaths. So what I'm going to now do is I am going to treat her with a systemic, which basically she will absorb. So therefore anything now that hatches, if it takes a bite out of her, it'll kill whatever it takes a bite out of her. And then I'll just keep my eyes open. She is still quarantined. She doesn't live in this room. She lives in my dining room on a windowsill because I don't want her anywhere near my plants on a normal basis, because I don't want the creepy crawlers to launch themselves at the rest of the goodies in here. So as you can see, she dropped a couple of leaves today. These were on their way out, but now she finally just dropped them. And also too, you know, it's been rather chilly at night, so that might be some of the reason, because she's not here in the growing room with her protected environment. She's out in the main space, which we keep pretty cool. So, you know, I'm really hoping that this keiki that she's growing is going to do okay. It doesn't look like the bugs did a ton of damage to it, but they did take their little nibbles. And again, I am going to continue to treat this plant, so I'm really hoping that the treatments aren't going to take her out, but that's where we're at with her. As far as the plant itself is concerned, like I said, the keiki is continuing to grow. Unfortunately, the two growths that it grew this year are both rotten at the crown, so they can't grow anymore. But the keiki is continuing to grow, and it is putting out roots. I don't know if you can see right there, that's a new root. And then when I take her out to, you know, refresh the glass beads, she does have new roots in there. So, you know, she is growing roots. It's not like she's completely dead stopped and not doing anything. So I'm hoping that she will push through the trauma that she's been under. In the meanwhile, because I was so upset, I really want a pendulum in my collection. I think that they're just gorgeous, and I love, love, love this like knuckly kind of knobby growth that the cane gets. So I bought another one. I didn't introduce you to those orchids. I didn't do an unpotting video because I just wasn't able to. But as you can see, she's right there. So I do have a backup pendulum if this one does not do well. So that's the Dendrobium update. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you all next time.